What is up, y'all? Philly Fly Show checking in here, kicking it at Right Way Production Studios, and we are back for another week. And we got to say, this a super card. This is a straight super card. If you're a casual fan, you're gonna see that this is a super card. But for us, just maniacs that don't get enough of this UFC and can't stop, it's gonna be a good week. Such a good week. I've been waiting for this one since they announced it, and they just keep adding fights to it, and it's just like banger, 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 banger. All right, quick recap of last week. Philly Fly Show went 8 for 12, so again, consecutive wins for this show, man. We're hitting at high percentages on single bets. Parlays, and when I say them, they haven't been so good, but that's how parlays are. They're the hardest thing to hit because the house always has the advantage the more legs you play. Granted, that's the way I like to play. I mean, there's a lot of shout-outs for this whole card. There's a lot of goodness, even though it was at the down end of a fight night. So it was a good week. That's all we can say. We're not going to recap any of the fights. But actually, we'll shout out Chris Padilla because that was a great knockout. I mean, I just can't say it. But we are here for UFC 322. Della Maddelena versus Islam Makhachev. And the co-main event is another champion on champion fight. Valentina Shevchenko versus Weili Zhang. I don't know why I always screw that up, but Zhang Weili is moving up as fire. Champion versus champion, and then Jack versus Islam is champion versus champion. Yes, the title or the challengers had to relinquish their belts, but that's the new UFC rule because we don't like holding up divisions anymore. So shout out to UFC for doing the right thing. Shout out to this card because this thing is fire. We're going to jump right into it. No foreshadowing, no nothing. It's going to jump right into match like 14 here. My sheet is all screwed up because they took off Malcolm Wellmaker fight versus, I cannot think of who he was supposed to fight. Took that fight off a couple days ago and didn't see anything until yesterday or this morning. When they said his fight's on, they found a replacement fight. They also added Borshev. We'll just jump into it. Match like 14 was added. My sheet might be a little screwed up, so I might look a little funny while I'm doing this, was all I was trying to explain. Match like 14 is a lightweight bout between Borshev versus Matus Camilo. Now, Camilo is a negative 175 favorite, whereas Borshev is a plus 145 underdog. Big lightweight fight here. Borshev was on a great 4-fight win streak, and then he can't remember if he got submitted or knocked out really fast in his last fight. It was an upset for sure that I did not see happening. I really like his skill set, but the guy is fighting a Matus Camilo. There's a reason they give you the favorite. There's a reason why the young guy typically beats the older guy of 32 or above. And Matus is he's a good fighter. Yes, he lost his first UFC fight. Adrenaline dump didn't work for him, and it was just a bad night for Camilo. So there's a reason he's a favorite. Borshev does not do good against grapplers. He struggles a bit, so I'm going to guess from looking at his stats and everything, Camilo is somewhat of a grappler. So we're going to go with the guy with the grappler / jiu-jitsu / whatever you want to call it. Negative 175 on Matus Camilo. I'm taking that, but only 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that he can get his hand raised. Match like 13 was supposed to be the first fight I thought of the night, but we get Bosniger. Hold on. Trying to remember how to pronounce his name. It's Bayezger Serkachev versus Eric Makhachev. Now, Serkachev is a negative 1,000. That is Chimaev's training partner who took a fight on 4 days' notice and got a win against a good guy. Now, the problem was the guy he fought with is not fighting up in his weight class. He was fighting up a weight class because he's technically a welterweight. But Serkachev looked very good. Now, Eric is also one of these up-and-coming prospects that it's kind of disrespectful to have him at a plus 600 and Sergachev at the negative 1,000. But man, this was for me. I'm going Sergachev because he did this on a 4-day short fight. Man, my tongue is getting tighter. Short notice fight. Does it on 4 days. Now he's got a full camp on him. So I see why the advantage is on him, but I just don't think a negative 1,000 is right. It's more like negative 500 to me. Eric has got hands, so if this is a standing fight, it's going to be a very spectacular fight for us to watch. But if this goes to the ground, Sergachev's going to get a good finish. Very good finish, whether that's choking him out or beating him down. I'm gonna pick Sergachev with 3 out of 5 on a confidence level that he can get his hand raised. That was a difficult way to get through that. That was not pretty, guys. Sorry about that. Do not know what my voice was doing. All right, we're gonna jump into a female fight here. Strawweight contenders match like number 12. Angela Hill versus Fatima Climb. Now Angela is like 12th ranked strawweight, so Fatima is coming for the ranking system, and she is coming hard because that girl can fight, and she will just blaze you up, and she's got the skill set to do it. Angela Hill's got hands. She's got decent grappling defense, but that is where she struggles, and that's where Klein's probably going to take advantage of, is going to mix it up with the grappling and the striking, and it's going to be nasty if they go to the ground, because I don't think Angela Hill can keep up with her. Angela Hill's a plus 375 underdog, whereas Klein is a negative 550 favorite. Look, Klein is going to win this fight. I'm pretty confident on it. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. She gets her hand raised. But, dude, I will say this. Angela has upset my parlays plenty of times being the underdog. So take that information what you will. Match like number 11 here. We got a featherweight fight between Pat Sabatini and Shepe Marscal. Now, Pat is a negative 125 favorite, whereas Shepe is plus 105. These odds could change a bit because of how close they are and how much money could come in on them. So by the time you get to, let's say you're going to take Shepe, he might be a negative 115. It might be a full-on pick 'em by then. Or it could go up for Pat Sabatini if they really like him. Now, Pat's game is a great grappler. He is a good striker too, though. He might not be as crisp as most guys in this in the featherweight division, but he's got good striking. I will give him that. He's got power. It's got to be something to take into your defense. Now, Shepe, though, he's got hands. He can grapple just like Pat. Well, not just like Pat. I think Pat's a better grappler. I will put that, a better offensive grappler. But here's where Shepe is very good. Since he can grapple, he can defensive grapple too. It's going to be a tough fight, I think, for both guys. I'd almost flip the coin here. I pick Shepe just because I think his hands are better, and Pat's been knocked out before, where Shepe has not been beaten or knocked out recently, whereas Pat in his last 4 to 5 fights has. So I'm going to go Shepe here, but it's like almost a flip of the coin, 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that he can get his hand raised, guys. All right, match leg number... I got to make sure I'm doing this right. This is after this fight here, this is where it gets all screwed up. Match leg number 10, middleweight fight between Kyle Dawkins and Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald is a plus 350 underdog for good reason, and Kyle's a negative 500. Look, Gerald could win this fight by a submission because that's what he does. But if you've watched Gerald in his last couple fights, he cannot strike with anyone. He gets knocked out really fast and easy. It's like glass jaw syndrome. But he just thinks that he can stand with all these guys. Kyle is nobody you're going to want to stand with. Even if it goes to the ground, the problem for Kyle is how good Gerald is on his back. So Kyle's going to want to avoid that at all possible, but he's kind of cocky. He might go down in there and grapple with him and try to stay on top, but that would be a bad decision. If it stays standing on the feet, that negative 500 is going to cash really easily. Kyle Dawkins for the win, baby. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He gets his hand raised after the fight. Now, this is where things get screwed up on my sheet of paper, and I got to flip it over because I kept adding stuff, and I did all my information last night and research and wrote it all down, and things get screwed up. So, match leg number 9, featherweight bout, Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethan Ewing. I don't know a thing about Ethan Ewing whatsoever. I literally was looking up stuff, and I was like, man, I just don't know. Don't know. He's a plus 340 underdog. Wellmaker, negative 475 favorite. Wellmaker's hands are so crazy. He is so good. He is so game for the UFC, and it just sucks that his fight got knocked off because the guy who was fighting is a way, way better MMA fighter. Not saying Ewing can't win because I didn't give this a full 4 or a full 5 out of 5 on confidence level. I picked Matthew Wellmaker, or Matthew, I keep calling him Matthew Wellmaker. It's Malcolm Wellmaker. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level, he gets his hand raised. But if you want to get spicier odds on that one, what's up, y'all? I don't know if you still hear me. I'm picking Matthew Wellmaker, 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He gets his hand raised. But if you want to make things really, really spicy, guess what, y'all? Put him as a finish, even if you want to do first round. If you want to get it really spicy, I'm just going to pick a finish to get the odds better. Because at negative 475, yeah, if you parlay it, you can get decent odds, but I just want a little bit better. I'm going to spice it up a little bit on that one. That is annoying that I had to flip the page, but match leg number 8 here. If you didn't hear, my mic went out, but this time I laid out all my mics just in case this happened because these in my cold house, my house is one of those stucco houses, so it's a little colder. I swear, man, it sucks the battery life out of everything. My controllers do this, or if I leave them off and don't have them on a charger, they just get sucked out of the battery life. All right. Match number 8, flyweight female fight. This fight has big implications on who could be next if this certain person wins. I only think it's a one-sided certain person wins, but we got Erin Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. Tracy's a plus 215 underdog. Erin negative 265. It's ranking number 4 versus number 8. Tracy is number 8. Erin's number 4. If Erin comes out and has a definitive win here, she's gonna be next in line for whoever wins or for the next title shot. Now the title is on the line tonight, so let's say Valentina loses, she's probably gonna get a rematch. So Erin might be waiting a while or having a fight again between there, but I still think she wins. She gets the next next title shot. Tracy Cortez needs some more wins to get up there, but Tracy, she's a very competitive fighter. She's game in almost every aspect. She can strike, she can grapple. She's actually really good at offensive grappling. I wouldn't say she's great on her back, but she's very good offensive grappler. But Tracy, she could be the next top competitor. She just hasn't put everything together. I love her game. Her fighting Erin, though, I just think it's a bad matchup for her at this point in her career, and I think Erin's going to get a big win on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. She can get her hand raised. All right, matching number 7 here is a middleweight fight. We have Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodriguez. RoboCop, a.k.a. Gregory Rodriguez, is a negative 180 favorite. Kopylov plus 150. Look, Kopylov has got super good skill set. Great striking, decent grappling. But everything that he can do, I just think Gregory can do that much better. And here's where the hard part for fighting Gregory Rodriguez / RoboCop is. You can't knock that dude out. Cannonier literally put everything he had into it. I swear that dude broke both of his hands over Gregory Rodriguez's head to put him to sleep. It looked like, I mean, it was crazy. So go if you need to go look at a fight of Gregory's that he lost and he still has. I still was astonished by him. That dude can take a punch. It's hard to put his lights out. And I don't think Roman's got enough power to do it. I think Roman's going to be for a big surprise. I think Gregory gets a finish here on Saturday against Roman Kopylov. It's a little big of a prediction, but I just think he's better in all aspects. And we're going to see on Saturday who the better fighter is. It does kind of sound dumb, and it's only a 1 out of 5 on a confidence level. He gets his hand raised, but that's just because of how game actually Roman is and actually how good he really is. It's just a bad matchup, I think. I just think Gregory's better than him. But we're going to see, like I said, on Saturday. And then we get to the featured prelim bout of the evening, the last free fight of the night. Look, guys, this is second to last pay-per-view that you got to pay for if you're still having to pay for stuff, or unless you're free streaming. If you're free streaming, cool, do whatever you got to do. I am going to the casino on Saturday, and I'm just going to watch it at the casino. So that's what I'm going to do and put my bets in for football and a couple, bets on some UFC, and we'll be good to go. But Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vera, middleweight fight. Bo Nickel, negative 235 favorite. Rodolfo, plus 190. Look, Bo's got to get back in that win column. Bo's got to get some respect, and Bo's got to work on some striking because he is not that good of a striker. And fighting a guy like Rodolfo Vera, who is well-rounded, not a very good plan for him. He needs to go out and put his game plan in, take him down, submit him, or take him down and beat him down. Or hopefully you worked on your stand-up striking, because if you didn't, Rodolfo could be the guy on that side. I'm picking Bo, but until Bo gets a real win, aka if he gets a win on Saturday, I just can't bet on him. I won't put him on a bet sheet. I won't single bet him. It's a stay away fight for me just until Bo gets back in his win column and gets back on his horse, because that was an ugly performance, his last one. Rodolfo is 50-50. He's game on anything. He can fight, and he just brings a fight every time. So Bo's in for a good fight on Saturday. I want him to win. Let's go. Jump into the main card of the evening here, boys and girls. We got a nice fight here. We got a nice main card. Every one of these fights on this main card is banger fights, so do not miss it, and let's get some money. Well, I don't know what happened to my voice there, but some things are happening to my voice there, so we're going to speed this along. Match like number 5 is a lightweight fight between Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint-Denis. It's number 9 versus number 13. Dariush, as a vet, I couldn't believe this when I saw it. Dude missed weight. 1.2 pounds over, technically. For me, it's 2 because he didn't make 155. But he could have made 156 and made it. But, I mean, he had a bad weight cut. So either A, he did that on purpose because he's a little scared of the matchup and wants to have a little bit of advantage in grappling. I don't see that. I just think that he just had a bad weight cut, and it's not going to be good for him in the ring. Benoit Saint-Denis is so well-rounded, and he's got power at every piece of his game. He's got so much power that the reason that he's lost fights, or when he went on a losing streak, he's just got a bad gas tank when it comes to that. Dude went and worked on his gas tank. And you could tell in his last fight that he's still got it. He's going to be knocking fools out. And Beneil Dariush, we have seen him not be able to take strikes and give big reactions when he does take a strike. You're not going to want to stand and bang with Benoit Saint-Denis, but he just thinks he's got all the confidence in the world that he can do it. It ain't a good look for Beneil. Benoit, negative 185. Beneil, plus 155. I'm going Benoit Saint-Denis. If you cannot tell, that's my dude. He's getting a big win on Saturday, and I hope it's a knockout. I really, really do. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his hand raised, y'all. Man, this next fight, I don't like being this one-sided on a fight. But man, how the rise and fall of Leon Edwards. It is Leon Edwards versus Carlos Parates. Number 4 versus number 9. Carlos is one of these top up-and-coming welterweights coming in, man. I mean, just top. Carlos, a negative 175 favorite, plus 145 on Leon. I don't know how the odds makers have it like this. I know money coming in can change it. But the opening lines should have been a lot higher, I thought. I seen it at 200. It's now dropped to negative 175 for Parates. Parates has got crazy power. He can strike. Leon's always been a good striker. But I don't know what's happened to Leon in his since he's fought 2 grapplers and they just beat him down. But a striker? Are you going to be the old Leon that can come up and head kick to somebody, or one of your punches hurts people? I don't know if you can do that to Parates, because no one's really done that to him, and no one's even given a chance. He has knocked out 2 guys that have never been knocked out, and he made it look easy. You're going to tell me Leon's going to come in and do this? I'm not. I can't jump on board with that. I can't believe the odds aren't here. I'm snagging these on single picks, and I am snagging this on parlays because these are good odds for Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates knockout is an awesome way to add to the odds. So pick Carlos Prates, 3 out of 5 on the confidence level here. That he gets his hand raised. Until Leon does something, Leon is not on a bet slip or even going toward it. So but I will say if Leon wins on Saturday, I'll be utterly shocked. Decision win, no, but knockout, utterly shocked. Stay in the welterweight division. It is number 2 ranked Sean Brady versus number 8 ranked Michael Morales. Firefight. Firefight. For one, Sean Brady, negative 135. Michael Morales, plus 115. Dude, if you know who Michael Morales is, he's an up-and-coming prospect that, just light years ahead of people. He's got the crazy good striking, crazy good power, and he comes from a grappling background. What? Fire. You get Sean Brady, Sean Brady can knock fools out. And he can beat people down. He beat down Leon Edwards when I didn't think he would. His problem is he lost to a guy that I cannot believe he got knocked out by. It was a fluke to me. I don't know if we'll ever see it again. But Sean Brady is very, very good. I just think that Michael Morales is not going to be able, Michael Morales is not going to let him grapple him. So then it comes down to striking. The better striker, the more experienced striker is obviously going to be Sean Brady, but I'm thinking Michael Morales is the better striker. He's got better power. He's got length, and he's just got it. You'll see. And on Saturday, he's going to win. I want to say knockout so bad, but I cannot say that. I won't say that. But Michael Morales is going to get a big W on Saturday, 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his co-main event of the evening. We're here. Let's go. Valentina Shevchenko versus Weili Zhang. Zhang Weili. God, I keep doing it backwards. Why do I keep doing it backwards? Champ versus champ. Flyweight bout on the line. Super fight. Could be the best female fighters of all time. Either one of them could be. Negative 130 on Shevchenko. Plus 115 on Weili. What it came down to me, or for me, is Shev just, I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's too many fights. That part where it just, the slope looks like it's about to go down is the reason I'm picking Zhang Weili. Zhang, she's well-rounded just like Valentina. The difference is Weili's got hands. Her kicks are good. Her kicks are really good. I wouldn't say they're elite level kickboxing, like tear your heart out. But those hands, man, are going to be a lot. And if Shev can't get her to the ground and submit her, I don't think Shev can beat her on the feet. I just don't see it happening. Weili is going to be your new flyweight champion on Saturday. Only 1 out of 5, though, on that confidence level. I just really, 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 really like Weili. Shev was one of my favorites coming up when I first started getting into MMA, but her recent fights are what I'm looking at. I'm just going to go with who I think the better fighter is going to be on Saturday. Doesn't mean who has the better legacy, who has the better fighter on Saturday. And then we get to this champ versus champ here. Welterweight title on the line. Jack is a plus 230 underdog. Islam negative 280 favorite. I'm sure those odds are just going to go up for Islam as it goes. He'll close out at a negative 300, I bet. I don't want to overanalyze things. One of my downfalls on NFL is I overanalyze and I don't actually just look at like the defensive ratings and offensive stats and stuff because I love prop bets. Just player props, fire. Those are my favorite in the NFL. But you start breaking down Islam and Jack, and you keep landing on that Jack is just right there. Just right there. They're like this to me when you look at it on paper. But In my head, I've watched Islam fight so many people, and the only person I have seen, well, there's two, but one was a win. Volk won that fight. Nobody can tell me different. I watched that fight back 3 to 4 times, and every time I break down the rounds, I break it down for Volk. Without breaking it down right here and having it on paper, I couldn't tell you which rounds he won. Off the top of my head, I'd have to go back and rewatch it. But Jack is big for the welterweight division. Jack, on his weight cut, still has all of his muscle, it looks like. He's built right. Islam, when I watched him on the walkout today for the early weigh-ins, when it's your actual weight cut, he looks small compared to Jack. So Islam's strength is if Islam dominates like he does most people, that's how strong Islam is. But I think Jack's got a shot, and I think Jack's got more than a shot because, like I said, when you start breaking down all these things with him, Jack took the Bilal fight, right? Beat down Bilal, made it look easier. That's a good warm-up fight to fighting Islam. Islam's hands are going to have to be great. Islam's not going to want to get hit because Jack's a very good striker. And then if Jack's defense can hold up like it did against Bilal, or if he just gets taken down and can get up, the fight's going to change totally. The Philly Fly Show is picking Islam Makhachev to win. I went down with who I thought was actually going to win. And it sucks because I'm going to be rooting for Jack the whole time because that's my guy. But I've watched Islam, and I just think he's one of the best in the world, unfortunately. I know I dogged so many Dagestani fighters for years, and even Islam coming up. But Islam's proven me wrong against people. And I just think he gets the win on Saturday. Decision win, man. I think it's it's a submission win for Islam or a decision win for Islam. If Jack wins, Jack's gonna knock him out. I'm hoping for it. We all are hoping for it. I love Islam, but he wins on Saturday too. What if he retires? Like, that could be it. There's talk that could be his last fight. So it's unfortunate if it is. Shout out to Right Way Production Studios for always making this happen. Shout out to y'all for subscribing lately and watching my videos. UFC show is back, or your pay-per-views are back. Cannot wait till they're free. This is the second to last one till we move to Paramount. Peace out, y'all.